Orange juice and a blunt for breakfast.
Tell me how it sound on your end, bro.
We've been telling you for weeks about an increase in street-level drug enforcement here in the Chinatown International District. Well, we now know SPD and the feds were quietly tracking a group they say was in charge of much of the drug trafficking going on here. With 5 people now facing federal charges, city leaders hope it will make a difference on the street.
It's an area that's been called the jungle for years, and while it's been cleared and locked down now, this was the center of a fight over control of the drug trade in Seattle's Chinatown International District.
This is prime real estate for drug traffickers. They have been turf out battles for this control of this area.
Federal prosecutors say these men were among the group who trafficked much of the fentanyl and meth that was flowing through the jungle and still affects the notorious corner of 12th and Jackson.
This community has been under siege, and we are here today to say that we will not tolerate the widespread and staggering criminal conduct that is happening in this beautiful community.
Seattle police began working with the FBI in November 2023 to investigate who was in control of the camps and the drug trade here in the jungle. It was the same month when fire after fire destroyed encampments and overdoses were happening here daily.
Damn.
This group is not just trafficking dangerous drugs into the jungle, it is violent. And the investigators believe they're responsible for numerous shootings, robberies, and arsons.
The federal charges could put each of these men in prison for at least a decade. Today, Mayor Harrell praised the work of investigators and said enforcement is just one pillar of the city's plan to restore order in the Chinatown International District.
We are not afraid to make lawful constitutional arrests when they are necessary to keep our community safe. In this region, we want it to be safe. We want people to get treatment, but the drug trafficking, not here.
Ooh, he put his foot down, huh?
So the reason we have pictures of 4 of those guys is because they have previously served time in the Washington prison system, including one of those suspects who previously stabbed a taxi driver. Now, if they're convicted, they face a mandatory minimum of 10 years in federal prison. The indictment also mentions other unindicted co-conspirators, so we believe the investigation is still active and we'll be following up on it.
Whoa. You know, quick little thoughts real quick. The Italians and the Chinese mafia, so the Italian mafia and the Chinese mafia, that's what, in New York, that's what created the RICO law.
I remember you saying that.
That was the only way you could infiltrate, because the way the system was built, the lower level guys are just going to take the falls all day. And then the you know what I mean, shots get called within tier based. So you never have a direct connection until they did RICO, where it's like, now you can group them all up and charge them all the same, you know what I mean? And like the Chinatowns, whether it's Frisco or Seattle, I'm sure Chicago's the same, like they're active as fuck everywhere. LA, you know what I mean? And that's the triads, B, you feel me?
Come on now.
And they just said a couple of those guys, they already been did time. Because then you get in there and then you're in there like, all right, this is what you're going to do when you get out. You know what I mean? And they keep making plays, bro. The shit's never ending. You know what I mean? And look at, even them only going to get 10 years minimum. Like, that's still crazy because they got money for lawyers too. These motherfuckers don't not have money. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. And like, you know, it's an exception to the rule when you're organized crime, bro. Because like that's the only way they're gonna be able to get you is the RICO shit or tax evasion. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or in this case, all out turf war, and it's just everybody slipping.
Well, that's why you seen in the picture they had all them motherfucking guns though, because they was getting it. But my thing is though, like, right, this is called the jungle, right? And so the jungle is a supposedly homeless encampment.
Yeah, it's like the Skid Row.
Right.
It's like the Skid Row of Seattle.
See, that's my thing though, is that like, you know what I mean? When is it homelessness or is it a drug house? Is it the Carter outside with no motherfucking 4 walls and a roof and a basement and floors and shit like that, right? So my thing is, we got fentanyl, We got meth. We seen one of the explosions, right? They said several fires. One of them was an explosion. So that
because they whipping that thing up.
Meth. He was cooking meth in that mother.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm from the city of burnt down houses because the motherfuckers is cooking and shit.
So look, right? So my thing is, right, because where I work at, I see this shit all the time. I might not see the explosions. I might not see the guns, but I see the use. They relax. When I say relax, they get higher than a motherfucker. So for now on here, y'all always heard me say how they relax. When I say relax, that means
that means they are loaded. They're high as the curve,
right? So I see, man, they'll relax. They'll get relaxed in front of me at my job, right? So my thing is like these ain't homelessness. These is base heads.
Dope fiends, bro.
In an area where all the motherfucking everything that you need to relax is in one area, right? So this is not homelessness. So here it is in California, even though I know this story ain't in California, but Governor Newsom spent $24 billion on homelessness in 7 years, right? So-called homelessness, this ain't nothing but up I-5. This is in Washington and Seattle. Same thing on the West Coast. It's the same shit, bro. These motherfuckers ain't homeless. They base heads, but yet also the motherfucking healthcare industry, because a lot of these dudes is my age and younger. You know what I mean? It's a lot of these motherfuckers hella young that's out here on these streets because they was popping pills, getting addicted to these opioid induced medication, and now here it is. Even though we come from where we come from, we know about how to get it out the mud, and it is what it is. But yet, this is what happens when you continue to feed the opioids on people. When you give the motherfuckers free money to go ahead and just do whatever they want to do, 100%. And like I said,
Social Security.
This ain't homelessness, bro. This is straight nothing but base heads, bro. And when you see it through wherever y'all at on this motherfucking stream, just look at it, bro. You can tell homelessness from base heads, bro.
And thoughts and prayers to your bruh from San Ho. You know what I'm saying? Because I know he's recovering right now. But remember, even he was telling me, because I was in my city, it's called the Teacups.
Yeah.
Right. So it's this big ass creek area where when we were kids, fools before our time built these big old dirt ramps, and they call it the teacups. So fools used to ride their bikes in that motherfucker, a whole creek, and this creek goes through the whole city. So you could be a kid back like us back in the days, and we'll ride our bikes through this whole thing and go to the teacups and ride the jumps. That whole area now, this whole creek is all homeless villages. But your bruh said they done flooded them all out. Because even at one point, the fools was just there'd be constant fires in there too. Just the whole fucking thing would be ablaze. But it was like a little village. You motherfuckers had makeshift little shacks and tents everywhere. It was insane. And when the rainy season come, that's when you see them. They in the streets now. Because that creek will fill up and all these motherfuckers got to move out. Then you see them in that cold weather. When it's cold weather season, which is rainy where I'm from, you just see them in the streets thick as fuck. You know what I mean?
100%. Nah.
And you ain't lying. A lot of them are dope fiends.
No, look, bro.
They're homeless. A lot of them are homeless, but because they're dope fiends, they fuck their shit up.
I used to go into motherfucking homeless camps and have to clean them up. So on one of my duties for my job I was on the 502 crew. The 502s is the work project. So all I do is pull up with the porta potty in the truck and the tools, or I'll pull up in the garbage truck so they can throw that shit in there and I compact that shit. But man, we go in this motherfucking bust down. You know what I mean? They be asking, Jared, man, y'all got some gloves for us? Because you know why? Man, they got needles out. Fuckers, bruh. It be needle, man. You pick something up, put your hand over it. 100%, bro. You got, man, look, I'm telling you, bro, you got real homelessness, that motherfuckers that be trying to look to get shelter and vouchers and food and shit like that because they don't want to be out in this motherfucking cold. Or
then you got the dope fiend.
But then you got these base heads, bro. I'm telling you, bro. And that's what this is. And it just showed it right there. So everybody that's watching this shit or that's going to see this shit, look at the homelessness in your motherfucking city. And just see what you just seen right now, and just pay attention. I'm telling you, bro, 100%.
Yeah,
man.
It definitely has a lot to do with the drugs in the streets. I mean, what's crazy is we come from an era where like, listen, we're gonna get to the bag however we gotta get to it. But see, I would always allegedly compartmentalize it, being like, okay, we're at this tier, where because when you get to the lower level tiers where it's like these are knocks for real.
No, 100%.
That's just crazy. Because that's the thing where it's like, you gotta have a real callous soul. You feel me? Because you don't give a fuck. You watching these motherfuckers deteriorate, and you know what I'm saying, but you're getting to the bag, and that's, you know what I mean? And like I said, people can compartmentalize it because you might be the guy who sells to the guy that sells to the dope fiends. You know what I mean? Where like, you watching your guy ball out and you ain't tripping. You're like, yeah, we eating. And then all of a sudden, but you're not realizing the effect that it's a butterfly effect. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And it's unfortunate because that's just the way it is. It's always going to be in inner cities and you know what I mean? Or even just every town's going to have a nice side and a bad side.
Ain't going nowhere. So when I was
and what's crazy is that now with the opioids this past 30 years, it's middle America and suburbs are affected as well. So it's like, now they're like, oh no, they weren't saying that about crack, were they? They're like, oh, crack's really bad. Yeah, but it only affected them certain areas. You got the opioids. You got little Sarah, little Timmy and little Sarah. They're popping mommy's pills. 100%. You know what I mean? It's all bad.
No, and them is facts. And then like how it transitioned, like from my era, it was the motherfucking thizzle wiggles, right? You pop a thizzle wiggle, you know what I mean? It'd be pure than a motherfucker. You'd be high as shit, right? Mm-hmm. And so for so long, either you're gonna continue it or you're gonna let it go. And when you continue it, the motherfucking pills got weaker and weaker as the years went on. You know what I mean? Then they flipped them. You know what I mean? Then the Molly gets you back, and I never had a Molly, so I never experienced it. But the point that I'm trying to say is how elevated or evolution, whatever the fuck the word is.
Yeah, the evolution
from the ecstasy to the Molly. Now them dudes is on meth because that shit keep you up 100%. You know what I mean? So it was like an upper like type shit. So you got motherfuckers that was a teenage in my era that continuously got high, and fucked around and ended up on meth. Now you come to these motherfuckers that's born in the 2000s that got hooked to the motherfucking lean. You know what I mean? Or even motherfuckers might got hooked to the lean, and after you can't afford the lean no more.
Yeah, then they go to the run.
You finna go to the heroin now. You know what I mean? And I seen that shit. You know what I mean? So the thing is like, bro, you got to be able to say, nah, bro, that shit ain't for me. Or if I am doing it, I got to let this shit go.
They used to call chow mein the rich man's drug.
100%.
Yo, you gotta be balling as fuck to be addicted to lean, bro.
100%.
You gotta be a baller. Because otherwise, you better be ready to just withdraw at any given moment. Like, all right, I'm broke now. You know what I mean? And just you're gonna be busy for like a week withdrawing, damn near dying and shit.
And the medical
like that.
The healthcare industry is one of the biggest industries there is, and they're going to continue to peddle all that bullshit to because it ain't gonna go nowhere. That shit is a band-aid. Even though a lot of these motherfuckers that go into these hospitals and shit like that, they not looking to get hot. You know what I mean?
Hey, look at this, bro. Imagine this too. Like you just answered the wrong question and error the wrong way. Like, how are you feeling down? You're like, yeah, I'm kind of down. They're like, all right, boom. Then they get you on all kind of fucking antidepressants and shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, and you really gotta you really gotta get checked up and be like, if you got some actual chemical imbalances, otherwise these things should just be a band-aid, right? Like, okay, you're in pain, you take pain pills. When the pain's gone, you don't take the pills no more. Right. But here's what's fucked up, the caveat, because then you addicted at that point. Most people, whenever you hear about these athletes, or like Kurt Angle, the wrestler. Your cousin over there, he'll know what I'm talking about. Kurt Angle, I mean, this dude was an Olympic wrestler, broke his neck, you know what I'm saying, all kind of shit. And then when he got into wrestling, it was the other wrestlers like, hey, bro, you got a broken neck, bro. You're a savage, just wrestling out there, broken neck, just dealing with it. He's like, man, you know what, bro? Here, pop few of these, bro. And then next thing you know, he's Perk Angle, is what they call him. You know what I mean?
That shit is crazy, bro.
Perk Angle, bro.
We got Brett Favre with that shit. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, Vicodins and beer. That was his shit. He would tell his wife, I'm gonna go watch film in the basement, which was code for I'm gonna go do like 60 Vicodins, drink all night, don't sleep, and then go and play the game. Like a savage, right?
And you know what I mean? And
they don't make them like they used to.
No, them facts, bro, on my mama. And Bongs a lot said, top of the morning, Bongs a lot. Top of the morning,
Bongs.
Top of the morning to Caps. Top of the morning to King D. Top of the morning to my Auntie Theodre. Love you, Auntie.
What's up, Auntie? What up, Caps?
What up, Caps? On my mama.
Yeah.
Bozala said, you said they spent 23 billion. That's the most crazy part. It was 24 billion from 2017 or 2018 until 2023. 100%. So 5 years, 6 years, he spent 24 billion on homelessness and can't account for none of the money where it actually went.
That's just crazy, bro, because it's like, yo, like they almost quadrupled in homeless numbers.
Oh, no, for sure. You could go by each year and see that the homelessness population grew and grew and grew.
Hey, he was like, you know what? We need more money. Then it's like 2019. You know what? More money. Like, look at the homeless problem. It keeps growing. More money.
Oh, my mama, and feed them more dope. Don't get them dope. Get them dope. That shit.
Yeah, and then you got the gangs in there, bro. It wouldn't be nothing to be like, listen, we're gonna let y'all operate. You just keep fucking the game up. You know what I mean?
Well, you know
I'm a conspiracy theorist.
The rallies that get it out the mud, they know, you know what I mean? The money gonna be where the money at. You gonna go get the money 100%. And I'm not trying to down anybody that's trying to get their money. And I understand, you know what I mean? I understand situations, circumstances may oppose, and you got to go, you know what I mean? Or you just make a career out of it. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Where I'm from, I didn't see this shit, you know what I mean? And I'm not
glorifying it
or glorifying it, you know what I mean? Because I've seen it with my own eyes, lived it with my own flesh and blood, but that's not the route that I've chose 100%. You know what I mean? So just understanding both sides of the situation, not to be saying, you know what I mean? Like I was saying, I'm glorifying the Rellies getting their money and all that, you know what I mean? Because I know what come with that game. And like I said, man, 100%.
You see what come with that game. You got to have artillery, bro.
Right. No, you seen
them them Chinese boys was not playing, bro.
Well, no, 100%. They really wasn't on my mouth.
No. And you know what's crazy? Seattle. Listen, every Chinese motherfucker that's coming out of Seattle, they think they're the baddest motherfuckers in the world because that's where Bruce Lee was from, bro. Come on. Bruce Lee made his hay in Seattle. Hey, Bruce Lee's the baddest motherfucker on the planet, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, my mama, opioid addiction is a bitch, bro. 100%, bro. And you know what I mean? It go from older cats to younger cats, man. 100%, bro. That shit's so crazy, bro.
Yeah, bro. I mean, listen, I've sipped lean, you know what I'm saying, a lot too, back in the days before they shut down ACT. Because once they shut down the ACT, then all of a sudden the prices went crazy.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I mean, here's the thing, is like when something is a part of the culture, you know what I'm saying, especially in music, because till this day, we're running studios. I'll be sitting in a session running a studio back in the days, and motherfuckers will come through with a fucking a big woo wop, you know what I mean, and 2 liters and all this shit. Just be like, man, you want a cup? Like, yeah, fuck yeah, you know what I mean? It was just a normal thing. But even back then, I knew it's like, listen, I'd see this motherfucker be like, hey, how long you been sipping, bro? I'm like, I don't know, a month straight. I'm like, damn, bro, there's no once you're on a marathon, there's no stopping unless you want to go through them withdrawals for real, bro.
And that's that heroin shit right there, man.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
So look, I'm gonna give the people a story, man. I'm gonna give people a story on how I grew up, right? And so I probably told the story before. Well, not this specific story, but I have mentioned on the podcast how I'm scared of needles. Always been scared of needles my whole motherfucking life.
Good for you.
You know, 100%.
I'm with you. Hey, listen, if it's a doctor giving me a needle for something, so be it. But like, the fact that I was scared of needles, I was never going to be a question of getting into the AIDS,
So look, my whole life, I can't do no needles from the doctor. Only thing I can no problem with is when the dentist go ahead and hit you with that Novocaine. I have no problem with that. But this
and they hit the right in the gums too.
In fact, 100%. But this ties back to my uncle. So this is my dad's third oldest brother, right? So my dad is one of the youngest brothers out of all my grandma kids, right? So may my Uncle Bobby rest in peace. I love you, Unc.
Rest in peace, Unc.
He wouldn't mind if I told any of my family on here, man. I don't give a fuck, bro. They know what it is, man. They know where
if there's a message to it, though, it's not like we're just,
So in the house that I live in right now, right? This is my grandma's house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Upstairs bathroom, bro. I go use the bathroom. I'm probably like 5 years old, 6 years old at the oldest. And I walk in on my uncle shooting up, right? So 5, 6 years old. I don't know what the fuck he doing. You know what I mean? It just when I walk in and I'm not at the doctor seeing somebody give my uncle a shot, my uncle is giving himself a shot. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. You know what I mean?
But was he like, listen, son, I'm diabetic. Close the door.
100% no fact.
You know what I mean? Like I'm shooting some insulin.
And listen, and so this is in the 80s. Heroin been around for a long time.
The 60s.
And my uncle, it was black tar heroin. You got to melt it down in order to get fucking
into the you got a little. They be having like a little bottle cap or a spoon or something.
To tie it back to what we talking about, bro. This opioid shit been going on ever since the motherfucking Vietnam War. That's what they was bringing back from Vietnam, bro. 100%.
Yeah, because that's that they call it the Golden Triangle, where it's like Vietnam. I forget. There's 3 little countries right there, but they call it the Golden Triangle because that's where all the poppy seed trade and the heroin trade it derives from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. So, and that's from Vietnam in the 60s. I'm born in the 80s, you know what I mean? So that's 20 years that this shit been around. Me and Bogey was talking about Hitler giving his peoples the motherfucking meth. You know what I mean? So,
they was all on the
40s. The 40s and the 50s, like, bruh, this shit ain't going nowhere. It's been here, and they gonna continue to push the shit. And you know what I mean? I'm not saying that I'm mad at the people that's gonna get the money off this shit, but it shows how the motherfucking epidemic is in these streets with the people that's living on the streets. You know what I mean? And I just want the people just to look and see if you got real homelessness or you got base heads out there, bro.
You know what's crazy, bro? Do we really hear about like crazy crime happening in Oregon?
Well, that's where all the base heads is.
See, because you know what because they decriminalized it.
100%.
Like there's even listen, somebody could probably fact check me on this, but I heard there's like even shops out there where you can go and purchase dope.
Now, I know in California they give you clean needles.
See that I think that's pretty much everywhere though, because they want. See, and that's the thing, because they know they can't stop.
Well, you got both sides of the spectrum. You're promoting dope use. No, we're promoting.
But you want them to be safe. You want them to be safe, quote unquote.
Yeah, you don't want to give them no AIDS and HIV and all the other bullshit. Nigga, my daddy used to shoot, and so he had Hep B or Hep C. May my dad rest in peace. And his kidneys up as he got later on. My daddy had to do dialysis. You know what I mean?
So I think that's hepatitis C when it's the kidneys and the liver.
Like I grew up in this shit, man. I seen this shit firsthand.
Did he have like the yellow eyes and shit?
I know what a real base head is, right? And so, like I said, and I see it at work, bro, 100%. And my thing is that these states, they still funding this shit, but yet you're not really doing nothing to clean the homelessness up, man. Get the ones that want to be off the street.
You know what's crazy, bro? Is because it's not just from that level. It even goes up to the highest level. It doesn't discriminate. Like, for example, my girl, she a nurse, shout out. She work at a high-end rehab facility. I'm talking about high-end private shit. These motherfuckers that come in, they're all on fentanyl. But like for example,
we'll see. There it is. There.
This broad comes in.
I haven't even talked about the thing yet.
Yeah, because this is what this is like the final destination of them motherfuckers that are on that shit. They end up on the fentanyl because once you get on that, there's no returning. You know what I mean? And like I'm talking about like the owner of Thunder Valley allegedly had a fucking be several wives, and they just be in and out this facility, bruh, because they're all, you know what I mean? And these are the richest of the rich.
The richest of the rich.
Of the rich. And you know what I mean? They don't, the rich people problems is the same as the homeless people problems, bro. When you think about it, bro, like
100%.
It's kind of crazy because they on that dope.
When you get addicted to it, bro, it don't matter if you rich or if you poor, if you in the middle class, bro. 100% it attack. I seen it firsthand, bro. 100%, and this shit crazy. And so I just want the people to, just decipher the homelessness between the base heads, because them is the people that we really need to get the 24 billion that Gavin Newsom.
Get them in the programs, get them into something, bro. Like, because just giving them money, it's just gonna keep them in the cycle. You know
well, like you said though, bro, is it starts at the top too, because when these states award the lower level programs, these nonprofits, some of these nonprofits don't be in the business of really helping people. They like to tuck 100%. So
they're gonna pull up in that. They're gonna pull up in that cyber truck,
bro. If Gavin is giving these counties and all these nonprofits this money, and in 6 years you can't account for this shit. Some of these motherfuckers is like, oh, okay, well, we just got this grant, 5 years, $5 million. We got to spend $1 million each year, but we don't know. It's not being tracked, so we can only spend we can spend 500,000 and keep 500,000. Shit like that, you know what I mean? That's how some of this shit goes, bro. And they promote that shit.
Man, it might even be something closer to like they giving 1/10 of it. Like for every $1 million, they're like, yeah, give them 100,000.
I was being too greedy. I mean, I was being too nice.
A little too generous. I mean, here's the thing: is these people get into power for a reason, because it's that's what I'm saying too. Is like you want to talk about organized crime, bro? Like the government is organized as a motherfucker.
100%.
I mean, they're the ones that set the laws too. So it's like, when you're the ones that set the laws, you could dance around these things, and like no one gets. It's funny because this is why I pointed out with the middle America, and even like in little suburb white kids, little Timmy and Sarah, right? Because then that's when they start saying, oh no, they start raising eyebrows now. They're like, oh no, there's a problem here. Little Timmy and Sarah and middle America and suburbs and shit like that. When like but if you talk about the homeless and shit, everybody compartmentalizes like especially like when you're from areas like us where you're desensitized to the homeless. It's kind of like to me, I always related to the weather. You look outside, you're like, oh, it's real homeless out there. You know what I mean? It's like the fucking weather. It's just a part of it now. And like, so when you have all these people, and it becomes like part of their policies and campaigns and shit, like, oh yeah, we're gonna help, we're gonna solve the homeless problem, and then everyone's and they put all this money into it. Where's the money go?
No, facts.
Kind of crazy.
No, fact. You ain't lying, big bro. Oh my mama, this shit crazy. Damn, I lost my motherfucking train of thought. I forgot.
Hey, look, I got something to say. I don't think I ever really have the answers, but we definitely have all the questions. You know what I mean?
No facts.
You feel me?
You gotta stay asking the questions. You know what I mean? Because when you see a motherfucker giving 24 billion to a problem that hasn't been nowhere fixed, and like you said, it starts with the government playing off. Now I didn't remember my train of thought. Now, like the government making the law so they could play the game with the people that they giving the dough to, shit like that. But like Slim said, bro, and I've been hearing this during this election cycle leading up to voting time. Even though we elect who the president is, you know what I mean? And this ain't about to be no politics. But in order for shit to change where we live at, is start with the local politicians. You got to elect the local motherfuckers that do have some type of change in your state. So whether it be the congressmen, whether it be the House of Representatives for your state, you know what I mean? Shit like that, to where you got to see how these motherfuckers is aligning themselves.
Hey, you ain't lying, because on a smaller scale, like this some years back now, in my hometown of San Jose, we had a mayor, this Vietnamese chick. I think she was a chick, but yeah. Anyways, when she got voted in, we got a very large Vietnamese community, right? So then, and you know what the Vietnamese are in my city? Ballers, right? So then she started lessening the little house rate, or something with the house market, right? And making it only accessible to certain individuals, you know what I mean? And it was like, oh shit, she playing favorites right now. You know what I mean? then they booted her out. She, you know, after her term was done, she got booted. And then the next dude comes in and he started favoring towards his peoples. You know what I mean? Like, and it's kind of crazy because you're like, oh shit, you start thinking like, all right, in the smaller scale, you actually have a say if you vote. Because these people could be like, all right, look, Vietnamese people come out. Boom, and they come out and vote. You know what I mean? Next dude come in, he's Hispanic. Boom, hey, all my Hispanics, bam. You know what I mean? Like,
so I got for us. I got a story that's gonna double back on your opinion. I mean, on your point. So we're gonna talk about it next Saturday. The mayor of Oakland just got indicted for doing everything you just said.
Yeah, only allowing because you know what's crazy is like when you allow only certain individuals to buy certain things.
Government contracts, big bro.
Boom. Even that commercial. When we're talking commercial real estate, because that's where I was going. Like when she became mayor, all the areas that were like Little Mexico and shit, and you know, like King and Story. Now you go down there, it's all Little Saigon for real. Like they took over all the businesses, bought all. You know what I mean? Bought up everything. It was like, and no one else could. And you know, my folks are in real estate. And they work with the Vietnamese. So there was like, you know, it's not, you know, I remember my mom saying like, yeah, you know, if we're not tapped in, it's real difficult for us to buy right now. You know what I mean?
100%, bro. And that's commercial property in zones where the property value is a certain level than other zones. You know what I mean? And
100%.
You might only be the grocery store and worth a few miles. You know what I mean? That shit, you know, never mind. This shit crazy, bro. But yeah, come on now. Just watch it. I mean, my thing is just look at the difference between the homeless and just look at the homeless situation overall. You know, some of y'all states might not have to deal with it, you know what I mean, as bad as we got to deal with it here and damn near from the top to the bottom of the state. 100% certain states, you know what I mean? You know, man, it's shit crazy though. Bro.
And you know what's crazy, bro? I used to be the type growing up for a long time, like if a motherfucker asked me for a little bit of change or something, I'd be like, yeah, let me see. And I'd put it on the ground. I'm gonna put it right here because there's no hand-to-hand exchange here. Man, I'm just gonna put this right here on the ground, right here.
You know what though, bro?
But I stopped doing that for the longest because after COVID came around, because then it's like, you know what I mean? But also, man, it's like most of them motherfuckers is dope fiends, bro. Like you ain't finna get you something to eat. You just stacking up to get your fix. You feel me? Like, and I don't know, as a cosmic, karmic thinking motherfucker, that makes me cheapskate in that sense. I'm like, listen, bro, I don't want to contribute to your problem. You know what I mean?
Hey, so
I'm going to keep this bread.
So during COVID, I'm still an essential worker. I guess that title sticks, right? So I'm still seeing the homeless during COVID while everybody got the lockdown, right? 100%.
Yeah, and they got everything under the sun, I would imagine, right? Like, that's how I would feel.
It's the opposite. Man, all the people that was getting knocked down from COVID is the ones that had roofs over their heads. Man, in the state of California,
these motherfuckers' immune system was top of the line.
You didn't hear none of the homelessness getting COVID, bro. 100%. It was all people that stayed in fucking houses. 100%, bro.
When you're bearing the fucking elements.
Bro, I got COVID 4 times. The first time and the third time was the worst pain of my life, bro. 100%.
I got one time, but it was because I tested positive because everybody in the house had it. I had tested positive, but I didn't have no symptoms. So I was like, shit, am I asymptomatic in this motherfucker or something? Or like,
second and fourth time I had it, I didn't have symptoms.
And the test that was tested positive, it was an expired test. Then at this point, we're already all on lockdown. So I remember I'm just in the garage blowing. Cause like I had read somewhere that THC helps you.
Is that right?
That's just what I heard.
Oh, wow.
It's gotta be true.
Come on now.
I mean, shit, because I've just been blown. Look at my pops, he had it one time, and the same thing with him. He was like, it felt like a cough. But you know what I mean? Yeah. He's been blowing all day too, man. Look at Woody Nelson. That's an old motherfucker. Tommy Chong. There's something to it.
Man, I'm telling you, that shit, when I got it, the first time I got it, I remember where I got it from too. So I got it on a Friday, right? And then Friday was Friday, that Friday, my birthday? My birthday was Sunday. So my birthday was that Sunday. So we go Friday. I'm at a funeral in the repast. I catch it at the repast by sharing someone's alcohol. Sharing a yak. I mean, rest in peace, my dog Curdy. Man, I love you, big bro. But it was at Curdy repass, right? You know, because I'm already drunk. I already have my own bottle, but I ran out of yak. So I'm like, man, let me hit the yak. Boom. I hit the yak. By Sunday, bro, because the Sunday we did the balloon release for my dad. Saturday, me and wifey stayed out in Oakland. We went to our favorite restaurant. We come back Sunday, and we get bipped.
Real quick, what's the restaurant?
Oh, Smelly. Chef Smelly.
Okay, word.
Go crazy. He in downtown.
Hey, I ain't never fuck with Smelly shit, but everybody always says, bro, that shit go crazy.
Yeah, that shit fired in a motherfucking big, bro. And we get bipped that night at Chef Smelly too.
Word.
And so we driving back with a broken window, bro. 100% tape.
Oh, word.
And mattered in a motherfucker, right? So
hold on, you guys got bipped? Somebody tried to GTA y'all?
You know how in
Oakland. Yeah. Oh, okay. You guys weren't in the car.
Yeah, they took through the car and stole whatever they stole, right?
Yeah.
So we get back Sunday.
Yeah, and this is December, so you're driving back. It's cold in a motherfucker.
Oh man, it's colder than a motherfucker, bro. 100%.
So he's just kicking that Rona in right there.
100%, right? So look, on Sunday we have
because that puts you about 40. It takes about 48 hours for anything to incubate. You know what I mean? In your system.
Wow.
So by Sunday, okay.
We did the balloon release for my dad, right? So all the family over here, we kicking it. We have food out there and all that shit, right? So Monday, I got to go to work. So my alarm go off at 4:30, right? So about 2 a.m, I get up hella motherfucking thirsty. I mean, I've never been this thirsty ever.
That motherfucker's parched.
In the middle of the night, pause. So I get up, get something to drink, go back to sleep. Bro, when it's like about 4 a.m. before my alarm go off. I wake my baby. I'm like, babe, I feel fucked up. I mean, my body is completely like stiff, cold, all types of shit, right? 30 minutes to go by, I hit the group chat like, man, I think I got COVID, y'all. 100%. I hit the group chat just to tell everybody.
Everybody was like, damn, I was with Katie.
So look, about 4 p.m., maybe 3 p.m., I'm completely done. I start calling Kaiser. They like, come in, get a test, woo wop. Bro, I get the test. I got COVID, bro, for like 5 days, bro. I can't do shit. Sensitive to light, lost the taste, lost the smell, body.
Oh, shit. That was that. It was all that. Was that hardcore Rona.
Yeah, it was hardcore Rona. On my mama. And the third time I got
this was late in 2020.
Yep. That's what it was.
Okay, yeah, because I was already rocking with you.
It was the year that my dad had passed, so it was 2020. Yep.
Yeah, man, rest in peace. Yeah, that's right. Because when I first started watching y'all content, I think he had just passed. Like a couple months prior to that.
Yep.
Because you would always have him in the backdrop.
Yeah, it was after it. It was after it. And and then the year before that,
oh shit, I didn't realize it was that fresh.
Oh my mama. And we lost Big Kev the year before that. So my dad and Big Kev, man, and them is the pillars of our, of the males of our family. Before
and shout out to Smooth, man, that track where they flipped that since you've been away. And then it was like a dedication to Pops and Unc and that's
everything. Hard. I've only listened to that song one time because it made me cry.
I don't blame you because Smooth, he's deep too.
So when you ask me questions about my dad's DVD, I've never watched it.
Word. I remember because you had mentioned it one time. This was like in 2020. You mentioned it one time. I was like, hey, yo, shoot me the link. You know what I mean? And I watched that joint. I was like, oh, shit. Because, it felt like I got to know your pops. And I didn't realize shit. When you talk about OG and like a pillar of a community, you know what I mean? Like, not only your family. I was like, oh, shit, this shit.
Yeah, I ain't never watched that shit, bro.
Yeah, this shit's legit, man.
100%. Let's get it. Let's catch up in the chat, y'all. Cap said, little slow, fellas. I broke my wrist. He said the hood on his truck came down when my hand was under it and boom. Oh shit.
Damn. Hey, you know what though, man? If there was no dislocation or tearing of any ligaments, I mean, because I am a doctor, by the way, but if you didn't know,
I wish I had to drop.
It's all good. but like, you know what I mean? Hey, listen, theoretically, your wrist is gonna come back stronger because when the bones break, they will come back and reinforce and shit. Because it's just how the human body works.
Yeah, I broke my left wrist before. I was probably like about 11, 10 years old, trying to jump.
Like the bones will come back denser because it's gonna heal on itself and build up. You know what I mean? Build layers on that motherfucker. It'd be like that.
My bone was poking out. That shit was uglier.
Oh, word.
Everything. And when it happened, I couldn't cry because I was trying to impress a girl. I was trying to jump over like a 3 foot, maybe 4 foot a planter box, but it was I don't know how much the circumference was, but it was bigger than the motherfucker. And I'm trying to get a running start, and I'm trying to hop over that bitch, and my foot catch that motherfucker, and I just boom. I had to run upstairs and everything. Real talk. Oh my mama. Done here. Facts. I broke my elbow. No, I fractured my elbow before skating. What else? My finger almost got cut off. Oh, everything. Real
thankfully I've never broke anything. Not God forbid, right?
Well,
but like I've took some massive spills. I used to skate like crazy.
Right.
Yeah, man. Like, I didn't pogo stick a bunch of times, bro. But I got 4 kids now, so we're all right. You know what I mean? Like I remember the 50-50 grind. That's when you get the trucks right on it. Yeah, right. So like, you know, to be like a little rail going down some stairs, and like I used to be the 50-50 king, and then I'm like, okay, let me start trying to board slide all down this rail now.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because I could board slide on like a curb or like, you know, little shit. But I'm like, well, and I get up on that thing, and that motherfucker slipped right up under my legs, and then that pole just right on my coccyx. Ooh! Then I just slide down that motherfucker and eat it on the stairs, down the stairs. But I was all right. You know what I mean? Definitely a bunch of road rashes and shit like that.
You know, they got
because like, what's that?
They got skating in the Olympics now.
Word.
On everything. I was watching it. What was that last year when the Olympics happened? 2020.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. I mean, they got breakdancing in that motherfucker now. Hey, look, they got the breakdancing in that motherfucker, and the Chinese took it.
Oh my mama.
Because they on like, hey, listen, you go to China.
Well, the Jabberwockies, man, them motherfuckers got skills, bro. They know
the Filipinos. Yeah, the originals was Filipinos, but actually they're multi-diverse, but the majority original was Filipinos. But then the whole wearing the mask thing was on purpose, because it's like now they can live forever because you just train other motherfuckers, and now you got Jabberwockies forever. You know what I mean? That's
federal. I didn't think about that. That's federal.
You feel me?
Oh my mom. Shout out to the Jabberwockies, bro.
Yeah, I partied with the Jabberwockies back in the days.
Is that right?
Yeah, in Hawaii, and the Super Crew. So there's another dance crew called the Super Crew. I think they won it like the second year. You know what I mean? But they were, you know. But anyways, because remember, I told you before we did the Pro Bowl after party. It was like we opened up for Sierra, legit. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was like, Sierra, like Sierra, fucking Slim from one. Well, Sierra was the headliner, but it was like Slim from 112. Because remember, he had his own little solo thing going at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then and then Memphis Bleak. Memphis Bleak was on the card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you know what was dope? Memphis Bleak gave us a props.
Oh,
because when we rocked, there was like 20 people there in a venue that eventually held like 300. You know what I mean? Because they put us on early, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna rock. It's our time. Let's rock right now. Fuck it, we go back to drinking and shit. You know what I mean?
Fire this motherfucker up right now.
Yeah, and then we're in the VIP, but we're not in the special VIP with like Sierra. And then I remember Memphis Bleak. He said, he's like, why are we in this VIP and then she over there? You know what I mean? But Bleak was cool because we had tree too. So you know what I mean? Like we didn't smoke with him, but we shot him some tree. That was like the Yerple days. You know what I mean? So,
he had the real California shit.
Yeah, when you got the grapes on you, they smell that shit. Everybody smelled that shit. The grapes were loud.
Because Kev Pops, rest in peace of Big Kev, he'd always tell me the story when he was out in Vegas for the All-Star game. You know, they go out there with that.
Oh, it's popping.
Oh man, they smelled that shit everywhere. He said the amount that he was getting for his tree, boy, it was going crazy. Oh my mama.
Hell yeah.
Rest in peace, blood. Oh my mama.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Peacock said the only problem with that is when people go in clean, they get corrupted by the local system with all the kickbacks and under the table stuff, and they have to play the game 100%.
That's why Peacock, they need us. Batman.
And Peacock's
We need a Batman in every town.
come on now.
Shake down these fucking corrupt officials.
Big bro said it starts corrupting even the good ones at the small scale. Trust me, I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
Shit, bro, 100%, man. Oh, my
Yeah,
mama.
and then like, you know, then you have like, imagine if you're a governor, you're like, how many governors per state? One, right? Then you got 2 senators or whatever. And so it's like, but then you have all these different mayors and shit, and they're the ones that's pulling all the strings of the little towns. And like even Trump, one of the things he said recently, he was like, I want all the states to govern themselves more than ever. It's like, but the way I read into that is like, because he don't really want to do much. Like, listen, everyone handle their own shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
No, it's picking
Everybody
on
get their shit together.
Hey, Trump is picking on Newsom like a motherfucker, though.
Yeah,
Man, you
bro.
can't stand that motherfucker, bro. They got
Hey, bro. I mean, because he's like, he wants to do like, I mean, Newsom did have a creepy ass clip where he was like, yeah, where he was that's the one I'm talking about. Where he's hella giddy about the idea of all these people coming in wanting to buy shit now. You know what I mean? Like, and what they can do in the future. And it's like, yo, like if you're the governor, even if you mean that, you still have to be like, you're a showman in that aspect. You have to be like, listen, for the people, we gotta figure this out. Like, instead he's like, listen, all these people trying to come and buy shit, it's gonna be exciting times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that shit crazy, bro. This dude, man.
Yeah. I'll never vote. Bro. I've never voted, but I'd vote against him.
That boy is something else, bro. Oh, my mom.
I mean, listen, look at this, bro. The governor had us right, bro. You know what I mean?
That motherfucker is the one that got our registrations at $500. He the one
that got the marijuana for real recreational and all this shit.
That's a good thing.
He put the pieces in place. I don't think he was the exact one.
But that motherfucker got this registration super high. He got our motherfucking fucking the smog emissions where it's at. I think he has something to do with that shit. 100%. What else the motherfucking governor did, man? That motherfucker 100%.
Get in the chopper.
Fuck it. Get in the chopper.
Get in the chopper.
What about the movie him and Danny DeVito, twins?
Oh, that's the shit right there.
Oh my goodness.
Twins people sleep on twins, bro.
Oh, mama, that motherfucker, especially that registration in that smog shit, because I got people in the state next to us. What's the name of that motherfucker? Nevada. Man, them motherfuckers, they registration ain't but $50. They only gotta go get smogged every so many years or something like that. That shit, man, is ridiculous.
Yeah, and you know what? Smog was like a hustle too. Huh? I knew motherfuckers that had shops and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, and you know them. You know you'll come through with an old school that'll never pass. They're like,
I got one in the backyard right now.
Give me a stack or give me a 500 on top of it, and I got you, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh my mama, them is facts. This shit crazy. Peacock said one of my best friends was the mayor of my old hometown.
I remember this.
Oh my mama, and tried to stay straight for a long time, and all they did was just try to ruin his name. We just covered a story last week where
that kid,
a 23-year-old mayor, Peacock, in the city of Bogalusa, Louisiana. Bogalusa. This boy 2 years ago is the youngest mayor.
He moved to Bogalusa.
And 2 years later, bruh, they watching for 5, 6, 7, 8 months and come up with a RICO case against bruh.
They washing him right now, bro.
Look, bro, that's how fast. Oh my mama, man. That shit crazy, bro.
Because you know what's fucked up is if you take money from the wrong party or individual, because then you're tied into whatever they're doing now.
100%.
You're compromised.
100%.
And them young bulls, especially because motherfuckers was hating. They're like, man, this young guy in the office now, and woo woo, and then so they throwing everything at him, bro. And you know what I mean? Them 23 years old, they say the average man's brain isn't even fully developed till 25. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They say, whoever they is. I'm a doctor.
100%.
I came out this womb. I have a theory that we come out the womb, we're geniuses as fuck because we still remember all our past lives and shit and information. But then it's us who's raising those babies that we make them forget everything. Who's that? Goo goo gaga, mommy, da. You know what I mean?
Oh my mama.
Because we start teaching them how to communicate in our past. That's my theory. You know what I mean?
Talk about it.
Yeah, I be having flashbacks of my past lives.
Man, come on now. That's where some of them dreams come in now.
You ain't lying.
Shit, bro. Then once they got you for taking one kickback or taking a favor here or there, they have you under their thumb and they can blackmail you into other stuff.
Hey, I remember back when we was at the Rum Boys, at Peacock's boy, he would jump in the chat. We had the mayor ask us for fantasy advice. It was pretty badass.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think he might have even won one of them chips back then. I think it might have been him and Peacock or something in the finals. I can't remember the specifics, but like, yeah, Brett was real happy. He would always come in and support and shit. I remember it. Shout out to Brett.
Shout out to Brett, man. 100%. I went to college and got political science degree. Excuse me. And by the time I graduated, I was so turned off that I didn't want to have anything to do with politics. I had planned to be a lawyer, but talk about it, big bro. Oh my mama.
Yeah.
Top of the morning, Banks. We got Banks a lot in the building.
What's up, Banks?
Oh my mama.
Top of the morning, my good brother. Hey, listen, I always when you're from the hood, everybody's pre-law. You know what I mean?
Come on.
You know what I mean? You might do some shit. You might be like, hey, listen, bro, hold on, put that in the trunk because like everybody would know. Everybody would know the law.
Ain't nobody on probation as long as they don't smell no weed or no alcohol. Yeah. They can't search the car. So then
you have the other homie, nah, bruh. Look, I used to be like, nah, you can't ride with us because you
100%.
If a motherfucker have probation or parole, like, listen, I'm not in the car with you.
100%.
Because the first thing you're gonna ask, anybody in probation or parole? And then the moment that you say, yeah, you say, yeah, because they're gonna run everybody's shit.
Man,
I've been in a situation, and bro was sitting left wing. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He was sitting left wing. They pull us over, right? And so when we're pulled over on the right side, left wing is like in the street. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They said anybody on parole or probation, boom, he just darts out the car, runs into the street, and now it's a foot chase. And I'm like, damn it, this motherfucker. But him running and them taking off on him, it got us the opportunity to stash all the weed and everything properly.
Got the tucking.
Because that's how I used to be back in the days, right?
Yeah.
He used to be a goddamn man, you get caught with an eighth, they're gonna take you in. Or unless they cool, they just make you just destroy it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's how the weed used to be like. And then until that project was Prop 13. So that was like maybe 2004.
Yeah, that's the drug diversion. If you get caught with your first dope case, if you go to drug school,
exactly.
they'll take the case off 100%.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And then there was like Prop 39, I think was.
That's what it was. It was Prop 39 that if you go first dope
there
case.
I remember all these things because you know why? Everybody was pre-law, right? Listen, bro. Yeah, no, 100%. Prop 39 and right? When you're in the hood, you knew the laws.
Them is facts. You had to. Because you get interviews all day, every day. You know what I mean, man?
You ain't lying.
Man, leave me the fuck alone, dog. 100%.
The first real ever injury I ever sustained was a sprained wrist from the fucking popo. You know what I mean? Just because it just hemming the motherfuckers up.
That wasn't no interview. That wasn't no interview then. That was a Russell
tussle.
No,
that's how they used to
do it. That was a tussle. You punk motherfuckers.
And that's because, if you're standing out on the block, they're going to pull up. Especially this particular street was called Flint. And Flint was the route.
Flint.
You know what I mean? It's a route. Every fucking 15 minutes, you're going to see this motherfucker pass by. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, trust me. I know.
Then they just pull up on us like, oh shit, everybody chill.
They'll pull up and don't even jump out the car some days and be like, Hook.
Yeah, they'll flash the light and shit.
No, they just be like, Hook,
talk through the speaker.
Hook, get off the block. You gonna get arrested.
Oh, shit. That motherfucker call you by name.
They'll call you by your last name or something. Man, you gotta go, bro.
Hey,
Like
listen.
sometimes 100%. You punk motherfuckers. Hey.